Hi, my name is Omid Daryani. I'm the Senior Brand Manager for the EverQuest franchise. I'm here today with Jake Sones. And Jake, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm the lead building and UI designer on EverQuest Next and EverQuest Next Landmark.
Excellent. What does that mean?
It means I lead up the design discussions for building and for all of the user interface.
Excellent. Excellent. So today we wanted to talk about the roundtable question about how complex the design tools for Landmark should be.
Right, right.
And people were very passionate that complexity wasn't that much of an issue for them. They really wanted to see some power.
Absolutely, and that's really the same thing we're hearing from our artists. So it's great to hear everybody's all on the same page on this. We really want to make sure that everybody has all the power that they need, and the complexity, as long as it's coming in a sensible way, is a good thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the comments that we got from the forum was from Anamander Rake, and he said, you know, I want the tools to be powerful, but I don't want to have to read a design document. Like, I don't want a textbook to, you know, understand how to play Landmark. Is that how we're going?
That's absolutely in line with what we're thinking too. We really want to make sure that people can dive in right away and just start doing things, get their hands dirty. So what we want to do is make sure that all of the tools at the base level are really simple. They're really easy to understand. And then as we start layering them on top of each other, that's when the complexity comes in.
So, I mean, one of the discussions that I've heard a lot is simple versus advanced mode, you know, like basic mode versus, you know, serious design tools.
Right.
Is that kind of where we're headed?
Yeah, we're not really thinking a distinct difference between two different modes, but we're definitely thinking that when you start off, it'll be more simple, and as you unlock more things, it'll become more advanced. There was actually a quote that I really liked by Jorica, who said, "Perhaps the level of complexity that can be created is based on practice and skill using specific tools." And that's definitely the direction that we're headed.
So in some ways, it's kind of like leveling up a character.
Right, exactly. Which brings us to another really good quote that and discussion actually between A.K. Grizzly and Danera, who A.K. Grizzly started off saying that levels of complexity are always a good thing. Maybe integrate milestones that unlock more complex building designs, modes, tutorials, etc. And then Danera responded by saying, so when a player starts using EverQuest Next, they aren't blown away by a massive interface and things they don't understand, but instead start with the most basic tools, and as they undergo these different tutorials and milestones, more and more complex tools and options become available. And that's something that we really liked, and that's really a great way to introduce people. Start them off with the really simple stuff and give them slightly more complicated things that they can layer in and make that masterpiece that they've been dreaming of.
Yeah, so by the time you get to the advanced tools, you're ready for them.
Exactly.
That's excellent. Was there anything else that caught your eye on the forums?
Eye-catching, yeah. There's this one post with these huge letters that says, "Just make the tools user-friendly." And I couldn't agree more. That's definitely the way we want to do this. That post had tons of likes, and I'm glad everybody else is on board with it. Had a couple of dislikes, which I was like, who is against user-friendly tools?
Oh, actually, one of those was me. I don't really like users, and I don't like people who are friendly. So sorry about that.
Still one unaccounted for, man. Somebody's got to be just pissed at big letters, I guess.
If you are the hater out there who downvoted that post, please let us know.
Let us know on Twitter.
Yeah. And that brings us to another point, is that Jake is actually joining the Tweet the Devs page, so you'll see him there on the site, and he'll be heading up the Landmark design stuff. So if you want to talk to how those tools are going to work, that sort of thing, he's your man. So thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate it. Appreciate your time and feedback. We'll see you next week on the Roundtable.
See you.